Good evening, everyone. Good evening, folks. If you guys can hear me, please type in S in the chat window. Mr. Allen, Amal, Diego, Fran, Mr. Gabriel, Joby, Matthew, Naveen, Vinci, and Wes Johnson. Folks, if you guys can hear me, please type in S in the chat window. Thank you, folks. Thank you, sir. Well, I welcome you all for this SAP HANA 1.0 Support Pack 7 online free demo session. Before starting today's session, let me introduce myself. I am the instructor for this course. My name is Ilyas. I did master's degree in computer applications. I started my career as a Java developer in 1998. After working 3 years in Java and J2EE technologies, I switched to SAP as a ABAPer in SD, MM, FI modules. Basically, I was assisting the functional consultants for enhancements, for data migration using LSMW, for reports, for functional module development. From 2002 onwards, I am working as a BW consultant. In SAP BW, I started working in 2.0B version. Then I worked in various versions of BW 3.x, BW 7.x. My current project with BW 7.4 with HANA, as well as SAP BOBA 4.1 with SAP HANA. In SAP BW, my specialization is in functional side, SAP CRM, SAP SD, SAP FI, SAP MM, including controlling as well. So designing the complete data flows for in these areas. Basically, I'm a techno-functional consultant, architect in SAP BW, and coming to my technical expertise in BW with ABAP. When SAP acquired the business objects in 2008, from 2008 onwards, I'm working as a BW business objects consultant. In business objects, in BOBI, I worked in various versions like XI R2, XI 3.0, XI 3.1, and BOBI 4.0 and SAP BOBI 4.1. And my current project with SAP BOBI 4.1 with SAP HANA as well as BW 7.4. Not only my experience includes in SAP BOBI in the business objects, BODS 4.0, 4.1, 3.2, which is an EIM tool of SAP, basically ETL tool as well as the data migration tool, and SAP BOPC, which is an EPM tool of SAP, like in 7.0 version and 7.5, including 10, which is NetWeaver version of EPM module. My specialization with in SAP business objects, working with SAP HANA, BOBI, BODS with SAP HANA, and SAP BW, report development using various SAP BOBI tools as SAP BW as a source, HANA as a source, and non-SAP source systems also. So Webby report development, Crystal report development, dashboard report development, Business Object Explorer, working with Business Object Design Studio. All these are the tools I worked with in SAP BOBI with SAP source systems as well as non-SAP source systems. In SAP source systems, SAP BW and SAP HANA. In non-SAP source systems, different databases like Oracle, SQL Server, PeopleSoft. Coming to my HANA experience, I had total 3 years of experience in SAP HANA in various service packs, including the latest one, Support Pack 7. So I'm a certified consultant in SAP HANA. So I have 3 years of working experience. Okay. And I implemented a couple of POC projects also for big 5 consulting companies. In SAP HANA, my specialization is Data provisioning using business object data services 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, including the new tools, data services workbench and information steward. Modeling, reporting with SAP BOBI 4.0 and 4.1, SAP predictive analysis or integration with SAP HANA, SAP River, decision tables in SAP HANA, okay, or SAP HANA RDS, SAP HANA with Lumira, backup and recovery, integration with Business Object Design Studio to design the mobile applications. My experience not only in HANA as far as the big data is concerned, so I have very good experience in Hadoop also, which is one more solution for the big data. In this demo session, we'll talk about what is the big data, what are the different solutions are available at this point of time for the big data. So Hadoop is also one of the solutions for big data. So I have very good experience integrating with Hadoop with SAP HANA, loading the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA and reporting. My functional exposure and experience in various areas of SAP like finance and accounting, controlling, cost center accounting, profit center accounting, internal orders, cost profitability analysis, sales and distribution, sales, delivery, billing, ATPs, material management, purchase orders, okay, inventory management, procurement, HR, payroll, benefits, time and labor management. So I am a certified CRM with BW, so I have like solid experience with extracting the data from CRM to BW for CRM analytics. And in couple of my projects, I worked as in BW projects, I extracted the data from APO to BW for demand planning, APO, DP cubes, and I have some exposure to APO as well. So this is my training experience. I trained more than 3,000 students in my training teaching career, okay, in since last 14 years. So I trained so many corporate clients across US and Canada and big 5 consulting companies. These are the various areas and number of experience, number of teaching experience, number of years of teaching experience. So above 9 years, BW in various versions, including the latest one, BW 7.4, 11 years, BW with CRM, 6 years, BW with 7.3 with Service Pack 5, and BW 7.4 with SAP HANA, 3 years, SAP BOBI in various versions, including latest one, 4.1, 8 years. So BOBI 4.0, 4.1 with SAP HANA, 3 years, and SAP HANA in various support packs, 3 years. So these are my certifications. I'm a certified SAP BW consultant, HANA, business objects, HP Quality Center. So basically, I'm a freelancer. I have my own consulting company, which is a Chicago-based company in United States of America. So we'll do placements as well. We have direct clients in New York and New Jersey, in Toronto. Our major clients are pharma companies, and some of these are the clients, okay, where we placed our recent students. Let me give what is agenda for today's session. In today's session, the agenda for today's session is, first we'll talk about the course roadmap. So what is course roadmap is, what are the topics we'll be covering in this course, and how long we are spending on data provisioning, modeling, reporting, okay, BW 7.4 HANA. So what are the areas we'll be covering in this course, so that you'll get an idea, okay, what are the contents we'll be covering in this course, and so you can decide how far we are reaching your expectations. So when you guys are attending our session, you have some expectations from this course, what we'll be covering, in which areas we'll be focusing on in SAP HANA, okay. Then I will move on to the product overview. I will give the brief introduction about what is SAP HANA, what is in-memory strategy, in-memory databases, what is in-memory appliance, what is cloud and all. Then what are the career prospects, okay, what are the prerequisites for this course, target audience, then we'll spend significant amount of time in the questionnaires. So this is the class agenda for today's session. So before starting the course roadmap, I would like to give a brief information about how our training program is streamlined using Google Sites, because this is not an in-class training program, so that every weekend or every week we'll be having physical interaction with the students. So this is a complete online training program. So how we are going to interact with our students, how the complete training program is streamlined. So the complete training program is streamlined using Google Sites. So once you guys are enrolled for the course, we will be giving access to the Google Sites. This is called the blog, the training blog. This is the concept of training blog. Once you received an invitation for this training blog in the form of a link, just you have to click on that link, and first thing you have to do, subscribe for the site changes. Once you subscribe for the site changes, any activity happening in this blog, right away you will get an email notification. Suppose you are away from your computer. So whenever an activity is happening in the blog, or a student is posted a question, or an instructor posted some material, an instructor given some extra information in the form of announcement, in the form of an attachment, or the course coordinator posted one video recording. So any activities happening in the blog, right away you will get an email notification to your smartphone, if you are carrying any other handheld devices also. So in this blog, we have various tabs. Example, in the home tab, all the general information about the training, so to whom you're supposed to contact in case of any assistance, technical support, all these things, including the phone number and email address and the company email address as well. Then announcements. Announcement means where any attendee, including the instructor also, can post an announcement. The announcement can be related to subject wise. If you have any question in the subject, you can post your question as an announcement, or instructor wants to share some extra information, or the course coordinator wants to make an announcement. For example, this is a long weekend, so we want to give holiday for all the students. The course coordinator will be posting an announcement saying that, folks, we don't have any sessions, we'll not be conducting any sessions this weekend, for Easter long weekend. So the next session will be and so on, so like this. Any announcement from instructor, any announcement means from the attendees, any question related to the subject or any other assistance, question related to any other assistance also, and you can expect any type of announcements from attendees, from instructors, as well as from the course coordinators. Now here you can see the course content. So in the course content, what we'll be covering in this course, this is a complete course roadmap. Then training material. So we'll provide a lot of training material. So you can see that training material here. Then video recordings. In video recordings, once the session is done, within couple of hours, the recording will be posted here, so that you can review this recording a number of times in order to understand whatever the concept the instructor taught in the class in a better way. And if you are doing some hands-on, it is very helpful, the video recordings. Assignment and case studies. For each and every session, we'll be having the hands-on assignments and the assignments related to practice exam test, After completion of each topic, so we'll conduct one assessment. So everyone has to answer these questions. Apart from this, we'll provide a dump of 2000 sample examination questions. You can see our students are passing with 95%, 91% recently from one of our ongoing batch. Means almost we are done with this batch. A student passed with 91% of marks. And for upcoming webinar sessions, so we'll post the session here. Then after, so we'll give a lot of information as form of material in the form of complementary sessions also. So if you guys have any questions, please raise your hand in blog. Any questions related to blog? Yes, we'll give, once you enroll for this course, we'll give access to this blog. We need only a Gmail account from your side. You require only Gmail account from your side. So far, you guys are not authorized to this blog. So once you enroll for this course, then we'll give the access to the blog. So in order to give the access to the blog, from your side, we require only a Gmail account. It does not work with Yahoo or any other email accounts, because this is a Google site. In order to access this Google site, you need to have a Gmail email account. That is a mandatory. Okay. So before starting the course roadmap, if you look at the course roadmap, whatever the course roadmap we have given, in order to understand why we designed this course map like this. See, we have various topics. In order to understand this course roadmap in a better way, you need to have very good understanding of HANA product strategy. Unless until if you don't have what is HANA product strategy in the sense how a client can use this appliance, high performance analytical appliance. Suppose as a consumer, whenever I am buying a product, I have an idea how I can use that product. For example, if I am buying a notebook, laptop, I can use that laptop for my training purpose, for job related purpose, and for surfing the internet. In the same way, whenever a client is implementing SAP HANA, how they can use this SAP HANA? What is the product strategy? So if you understand the product strategy of SAP HANA, then you can easily understand why we designed this course like this and what type of jobs you can target. For that, you need to have a clear understanding of HANA product strategy. So first I will cover a brief about HANA product strategy, then I will explain the course content in detail so that you can easily understand the course content. Well, SAP HANA, high performance analytical appliance 1.0 with Service Pack 7. SAP HANA is a technology which allows the processing of huge quantities of real-time data in the main memory of the server to provide near-time results from the transactions. Well, this definition sounds very technical. First of all, instead of understanding this definition, what is SAP HANA, we will focus on what is the necessity of a high performance appliance like SAP HANA to an enterprise. We will understand what is present day scenario in any enterprise, why they need a big data solutions like HANA, Hadoop. As a result of information globalization, when the company started operations in different continents, in different countries, in different geographical locations, the data is distributed in various geographical locations. That is nothing but information explosion. So what is information explosion is, for example, take an enterprise. They have operations in different countries, in different continents, in different cities. The enterprise data spread across different geographical locations in different formats. Okay, look at this information explosion, the current day scenario in any enterprise. This company, they have some data which is unstructured in the form of spreadsheets, in the form of Word documents, in the form of tweets, in the Twitter, in the form of text, in the Facebook, and they have COPA data in a transactional system. They have sales order data in a OLAP system. They have opportunities data and some other data in a mainframe application. Like this, the data is spread across different systems in different formats. Whenever the information explosion is like this, what are the challenges and what are the consequences faced by an enterprise? First, we will focus on challenges. Look at the challenges. Complex system landscape. See, this system landscape is very complex because the data is spread across in different geographical locations, in different formats, in different systems. The business users who are responsible for decision making, they require immediate results for the business questions. If the information explosion is like this, getting the right information on right time for decision making is very difficult.
It's 6 o'clock.
And massive growth of data volume. As per the Gartner research, in every 18 months, the enterprise data doubles. Whenever the enterprise data is growing in such a way, in a faster way, how to manage such a big data? How to manage such a high volume of data? Well, managing the big data is different. Again, what about the queries? Whenever you are running a queries on top of such a huge volume of data, what is the problems we are facing with the queries? And what about the query response time? Consequences. Suboptimal execution speed, lack of responsiveness, user frustration. Whenever we are executing a query using traditional databases, using traditional tools on top of such a high volume of data, if the query response time is taking long time, if the query is taking long time to execute, the business users who are waiting for the response will get frustrated. Unsupportable business process, lack of transparency. If the information explosion is like this, whenever you are managing the data for the reporting, okay, so you don't have much transparency, how to integrate the data, how to convert the data in a format which is required for the reporting. Need for aggregation, outdated figures, guessing current situation, massive missing business opportunities. For example, if you don't have a reactive business model, a business intelligence system, so we are going to miss the opportunities. Our competitors will take away all our opportunities. We cannot sustain in the market. So whenever a business user in any enterprise, the business users who are responsible for decision making process, what type of reports they require? This is the enterprise. So in this enterprise, the business users who are responsible for decision making. The business user required reports on historical data. For example, this enterprise, they have total 5 full fiscal years of data. They required reports on historical data for decision making process like forecasting, for trend analysis, for budgeting, for planning. For these type of decision making process, they require the reports on historical data. I will give an example. The Walmart, the managers of Walmart, they have to plan what are the gift items they have to introduce for this coming 2014 Christmas. For kids, for teenagers, for adults, for senior citizens, how they are going to plan, what type of gift items they have to introduce. First, they will analyze the historical data. They will go back to 2013 Christmas data. Okay, they will go back to 2012 Christmas data. They will analyze during the Christmas time what are the items for which they have very good demand in the past. After analyzing the complete data, then they will take a decision. Well, after analyzing our historical data, we came to a conclusion. We will be introducing these gift items for this coming Christmas. Makes sense. Means unless until if you don't have a historical data, then we cannot take the decision like forecasting, budgeting. On the other hand, the business users required reports on real-time data also. Interesting. What is real-time data? Real-time data means up-to-date data, the latest data. Now this is our source system or a transactional system. Where the day-to-day business transactions will happen. This can be an ERP system, a Java or .NET or a point of sales application, any transactional system. Whenever a transaction is saved, I need the transaction right away for my reporting. That's it. Within the fraction of seconds, I need that transaction for the reporting purpose. For what purpose we require the reports on real-time data? For example, the business user has to take some spontaneous decisions, like based on order status tracking reports. What is order status tracking? Daily, how many orders we are processing, whether the order we did the full delivery in that order or the partial delivery or the order is closed, delivery status tracking reports. So they required inventory monitor level reports. They required these type of reports in which we required latest data, up-to-date data for the decision making, like spontaneous decision making. And in some complex reports, the business user required the reports with the combination of historical and real-time data. In the sense, the bottom line is, for decision making process, not only we require the historical data, we require real-time data also. So expectations to make the decisions in real-time data at the moment of risk and opportunities. So the business user, for some spontaneous decision making, they required reports on historical data, real-time data also. If the information explosion is like this, getting the real-time data for the real-time analytics is very difficult. Okay, now in order to manage such a high volume of data generated as a result of information explosion, or for example take a scientific research based company, a telecom company, a retail sector, a financial institute, they are dealing with very big data. So whenever they are using traditional databases, traditional tools to manage such a high volume of data. With traditional databases, with traditional tools, it's very cost-effective management of large data volume. current and complete information. And whenever we are executing the query, we don't know how long it will take for the query response time. Immediate answer to any business question is very difficult. So in order to manage the big data or the high volume of data, if an enterprise is using a traditional databases or the traditional tools, this is a scenario. Okay, so how a traditional database will work and how a in-memory database will work? What are the major bottlenecks with traditional databases whenever you are managing a high volume of data, the big data with traditional databases? With traditional database, the primary persistence of the data is hard drive, which is a mechanical device. This is the processor. CPU. And this is a RAM. RAM is the main memory. So whenever we need the data for the reporting, the data to be processed, the CPU, the processor, will read the data from hard drive by performing disk IOs. So whenever the processor is performing disk IOs to read the data from a mechanical device like hard drive, it requires significant amount of time, which are the major bottlenecks whenever we are using a traditional database. Disk IOs. XRDBMS means a traditional database. In SAP HANA, which is a in-memory database, the primary persistence of the data is not a hard drive, it's a RAM. The primary persistence of the data in HANA is RAM, it's not a hard drive. The complete data resides in RAM. From RAM, directly the data is available for reporting. This is called in-memory analytics, very faster. The data is directly available from RAM for the calculations, for computations, for processing, in-memory calculations. I will give you a simple example. Suppose I don't have any grocery items in my kitchen. I have to prepare the food. Then I have to drive all the way from my home to grocery store, get all the grocery items that are required, okay, for preparing the food, then start preparing the food in the kitchen. In order to drive from my home to grocery store, it requires significant amount of time. In case if the complete grocery items, let's say the complete grocery store resides in my kitchen itself, then I can directly start preparing the food in the kitchen. I don't have to drive from my home to the grocery store to get all the grocery items that are required for preparing the food. Which one is very faster? Second one is very faster. What are the major bottlenecks? Whenever a client is using, a enterprise is using a traditional databases, traditional tools to manage such a big data, high volume data is performance bottlenecks in the past using these KIBOs. So what are the challenges, consequences faced by an enterprise as a result of information explosion? How we can overcome all these challenges and consequences by using SAP HANA as an appliance? Okay, your reality with SAP HANA. Scalability, groundbreaking in-memory innovations. The complete data resides in main memory. See? Groundbreaking in-memory innovations. Flexibility. You can replicate the data. You can extract the data from any source system to SAP HANA. From any type of source system. Even one of the biggest strengths of SAP HANA is even you can replicate the real-time data for real-time reports. Real-time access to transactional data from SAP as well as non-SAP source systems. Just you can replicate the real-time data. Speed-wise, not only the complete data resides in main memory in SAP HANA, apart from the in-memory database, HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovations and new hardware technology innovations. We'll talk about what type of new hardware technology innovations and software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. Almost 3,600 times faster when comparing with traditional tools and databases. Okay. SAP HANA released by SAP in 2010 November 20th. That is first public release of SAP HANA, HANA 1.0 with Service Pack 0. Then HANA 1.0 Service Pack 1, HANA 1.0 Service Pack 2. These are the dates, and we are in support Service Pack 7. So we'll see what are the product strategy of SAP HANA up to support pack 2, in support pack 3 onwards and all. So before going on to product strategy of SAP HANA in various support packs, we'll see why SAP released SAP HANA, where SAP has positioned SAP HANA. Now, big data. Nowadays, maybe you guys heard about the big data. In this fiscal year, almost 24 to 25 billion dollars of big data projects are going on, started across the globe. Look at the market for the big data. 24 billion means it's not a small figure. 24 billion dollars of worth of big data projects. Big data. What is a big data? Big data refers to the data sets that exceed the ability of commonly used tools. While no formal definition based on size exists, these data sets typically reach terabytes, petabytes, even exabytes. So 1024 terabytes equivalent to 1 petabyte, okay, and 1024 petabytes equivalent to 1 exabyte. SAP has positioned HANA as is one of the solutions for the big data at low end of scale. Big data. In order to manage the big data, for example, take a social media company like Facebook. How much data they will generate within an hour? Just guess what? It's terabytes of data. Across the globe, the people are uploading the data in the form of files, okay, in the form of MP4, in the form of JPG files, in the form of text. Then how the Facebook is managing such a high volume of data? For example, take other internet-based companies like Google, Yahoo, and a scientific research-based company which generates very high volume of data. take a financial institute, telecom companies, how they are managing the big data. At this point of time, there are two famous solutions for the big data. One is Hadoop. Hadoop is a Apache open source big data solution. Hadoop is a cluster-based solution for the big data. What is cluster-based solution is, in Hadoop, we have a network of computers. So the main machine is the master machine, which controls several slave machines. So all are in network. It's a simple logic. Suppose, for example, I allocated one person to complete a work. How long it will take to complete the work? How long it will take to complete the work by one person? 7 business days. If I am allocating 7 persons to complete the work, I can complete that entire work in one single business day. The same concept here. So if you are storing your big data in one system, we are overburdening the system. Instead of that, we will store the data in different systems. Hadoop distributed file system, and we will process the data also. Distributed files, okay, storage, distributed processing, faster. That is a cluster-based solution. Other one is in-memory based solution, SAP HANA. It's also one of the solutions for the big data, where SAP has positioned SAP HANA first, one of the solutions for the big data. Later on, from support pack 3 onwards, SAP started giving HANA, okay, from support pack 3 onwards, HANA can be used as a underlying database for BW to accelerate the BW performance. Later on, we have HANA can be used as an underlying database for ECC, CRM. Down the road in 2.0 versions, HANA can be used as an underlying database for SAP and non-SAP applications, apart from as a solution for the big data. But up to support pack 2, what is the product strategy of SAP HANA? The product strategy of SAP HANA, the client can use HANA as a data mart. Means HANA is one of the solutions for the big data. In-memory based solution means the complete data resides in the main memory. Then what is the size of your main memory? At launch, HANA started with 1 terabyte of RAM, supporting up to 5 terabyte of uncompressed data. We'll see what is compressed data, uncompressed data. In late 2011, hardware with 8 terabyte of RAM became available with support up to 40 terabyte of uncompressed data. And a couple of years back, that is May 2012, SAP in collaboration with IBM, they built a HANA appliance with 100 terabyte of main memory. The project engineer has a platinum claimed that this SAP HANA appliance is capable of accommodating 8 largest SAP customers data. Well, who is the largest SAP customer? Fortune 50 companies, 100, 500, 1000, billion-dollar companies. In one system, in one HANA appliance, 8 largest SAP customers data. In the sense, there is no doubt SAP HANA is a perfect big data solution for an enterprise. We'll talk about the sizes and all. Okay, up to support pack 2. Sorry folks. Up to support pack 2, what is the product strategy of SAP HANA? You have to understand the product strategy. If you are not clear with the product strategy, you cannot understand why we designed the HANA course syllabus like this. So I am explaining all this in order to understand in a better way the course content. Okay. Up to HANA 1.0 support pack 2, the product strategy, HANA can be used as a data mart. Means HANA can be used as one of the solution for the big data, and look at this one of the Gartner research. Conventional databases discrete 5 milliseconds, whereas in-memory databases 5 nanoseconds, 1 million times faster than a disk. Well, I'm a business owner. I'm facing so many problems with my reporting. There is an XYZ enterprise. They're facing so many problems with their reporting. What is the best method to optimize their BA application is in-memory analytics. Means load all the data, store all the data in a main memory. Use a in-memory database like SAP HANA, store the complete data in the main memory, start in-memory analytics. That is the best way to optimize your BA applications. By 2012, 70% of global 1,000 organizations will load the detailed data into main memory as a primary method to optimize their BA applications. Even I don't have a big data, but I am facing so many problems with my BA application. For my reporting, the query response time is very longer. What is the best way to optimize my BA applications for my complete reporting process? Use in-memory analytics. That's it. So whenever a company is using SAP HANA as a data mart, and a company is using HANA to optimize their BA application for their using in-memory analytics, in that project, in order to work in that project, what type of skill set we require, what type of skill set a client will expect from a resource. Suppose a client is implementing HANA as one of the solutions for the big data. A project is going on. In that project, the client is using SAP HANA as a data mart. Means the client is using SAP HANA as one of the solutions for the big data, or the client is using SAP HANA to optimize their BA applications. In that project, what are the various stages? In order to work in that project, what type of skill set we require? Whenever a client is using SAP HANA as a data mart, HANA as a secondary database, and in a sidecar approach, we will load the data from different source systems to SAP HANA, because the client is facing problem with their information explosion. They want to load the data from various source systems to SAP HANA, and they want to use SAP HANA as one of their solutions for the big data. Well, now the question is, before loading, in which format will store the data in HANA? For example, take Hadoop. In Hadoop, we'll store the data in form of file system, Hadoop distributed file system. Then in SAP HANA, in which format the data will be stored? So SAP HANA, though it's an in-memory database, it's a database. In any RTBMS, how the data will be stored? In the form of relations, in the form of tables. Just I'm logging to SAP HANA sandbox. So if you look at in which format we are storing the data in SAP HANA, these are the schemas, HANA database schemas. Like in any other database, how will you have the schema? In the form of tables. These are tables. So this is a table definition, table structure. So once the tables are created in SAP HANA, as per our data storage requirements, whenever a client is using SAP HANA as one of the solution for the big data or HANA to optimize their BA applications, first we will load the data from different source systems to SAP HANA. The loading the data from different source system to SAP HANA is data provisioning. Data provisioning, because for data loading, SAP has given a proper terminology in SAP HANA, that is data provisioning. Well, what are the different data provisioning options given by SAP? If you look at this scenario, which is an information explosion, we have the data in different formats. The data is in unstructured formats. From different source systems, we have to load the data to SAP HANA when a client is implementing HANA as one of the solutions for the big data. First one is ETL based approach. What is ETL based approach is, a client is loading the data from a source system to SAP HANA. See, the client is loading a data from a source system to SAP HANA. That can be a database, a transactional system, a file, okay, from Facebook, for Twitter, from any source system. Before loading the data to SAP HANA, we need complex transformations to be performed. The data in the source system is not in its original shape. As per our data storage requirements, as per our reporting requirements, the data has to be cleansed. The data has to be consolidated. The data has to be massaged before loading the data to SAP HANA. Basically, we need complex business rules to be executed, complex transformations to be executed before loading the data to SAP HANA. Whenever the client required complex transformations to be executed before loading the data to SAP HANA, in that case, we will use ETL based approach, data provisioning using ETL based approach. See, ETL based approach. In ETL based approach, here it supports only one ETL tool, that is Business Object Data Services 4.0, 4.1, 4.2. So Business Object Data Services is an EAM tool of SAP. It's very powerful ETL tool like Informatica and Data Stage. So in this course, we'll learn Business Object Data Services 4.2, which is the latest version, including Data Services Workbench. So Business Object Data Services is a GUI based ETL tool. It's a graphical user interface based tool. We can connect to the source system, we can connect to SAP HANA, and we can design the data flows. And it supports various types of transforms. So Business Object Data Services is a full-fledged ETL tool which supports so many predefined transforms like data integrated transforms, data quality transforms, platform transforms, text data processing transforms. Apart from this, it supports various types of file system. We can load the data from Hadoop also, see Hadoop distributed file system. And it supports various types of predefined functions. It supports various types of scripting languages like Python scripting for data quality, SQL, ABAP data flows. Apart from that, it has got its own scripting language. So by using all this predefined transform, okay, by using predefined functions, by using scripting languages supported by this tool, we can achieve our complex ETL requirements before loading the data to SAP HANA. So in ETL based approach, the client will use business object data services. Its supporting versions are 4.0, 4.1 and 4.2. Now, if you look at this, business users not only require the reports on historical data, the business user required reports on real-time data also. What is one of the biggest strengths of SAP HANA? It also supports real-time replication for the real-time reports. So the real-time access to the transaction data. So whenever the client required real-time data in SAP HANA for real-time analytics, what is real-time data? Once the transaction is saved in the source, I need the transaction right away in SAP HANA to build operational data models. Data model reflects the level of detailed data which is contained in actual application. No transformations during the replication. Whenever the client required real-time replication, we'll use SLT or trigger-based replication. So trigger-based replication is a real-time replication. It supports SAP as well as non-SAP source systems. So whenever the client required real-time data to be replicated to SAP HANA, we'll use SLT, not business object data services. So business object data services is a schedule-based replication. So what is a schedule-based replication? Schedule-based replication means once I design this data flow, I will be scheduling this data flow on hourly basis, on daily basis or weekly basis. That is called schedule-based replication. But SLT is not a schedule-based replication. It's a real-time replication. And there is one more method given by SAP for real-time replication, which is site-based replication method, which is also known as log-based replication. So, but log-based replication has got some limitations. It supports only IBM DB2 as a database. That is the reason if you go to any HANA project, very commonly and very frequently used data provisioning methods are ETL-based replication or ETL-based approach using business object data services and SLT. From support pack 4, SAP has given direct flat file upload methods also, but it supports only 3 types of file system: CSV, XLS, XLSX. Apart from this, we do have other data provisioning methods like smart data access and direct extractor connections also. Once the data has been loaded to SAP HANA tables using any one of these data provisioning methods which is appropriate for the client scenario, then by using these tables, we'll start designing information models to facilitate our reporting requirements. See, attribute views, dimensions, analytical views, star schema concept, SAP HANA info cube. See, fact tables surrounded by dimension tables. So this is nothing but modeling. We'll use a tool called SAP HANA Studio in modeler perspective. Using this tool, we'll design the information models to facilitate our reporting requirements. That comes under modeling. Because the client is using SAP HANA not only to store the big data, reporting on top of big data also. Reporting on top of big data also. First stage is data loading, data provisioning. So we have various data provisioning methods. We will adapt one of these data provisioning methods as per the requirements of a client. But at the same time, the client can use more than one data provisioning method also in the same project. For example, the client wants real-time data for real-time analytics, and there are some source systems from where we have to load the data by executing complex ETL requirements. In that case, in the same project, the client can use two data provisioning methods. One is SLT, second one is ETL based approach using business object data services 4.0, 4.1 or 4.2. Once the data has been loaded, then we'll design the information models, and third stage is reporting, analyzing the data using SAP BOBI reporting tools. On top of SAP HANA, only certified reporting tools are SAP BOBI 4.0 and SAP BOBI 4.1. So we have Crystal reports for enterprise, for highly formatted reports, WebI, Web Intelligence for ad hoc reports, dashboard design for designing the dashboard reports, reports with visualization. These three tools required semantic layer, business objects analysis, ad hoc collapse tool, business object explorer, Crystal reports 2011. Okay, so Excel can also connect to SAP HANA. And in BA 4.1, SAP has given some new reporting tools that also be covered in this course, like SAP Lumira and predictive analysis, business object design studio. So in this course, first we will learn HANA as a data mart. Means whenever a client is using SAP HANA as one of the solutions for the big data, the client is using SAP HANA to optimize their BA application. Now you want to work in that project. What type of skill set you require? What type of skill set a client will expect from a resource? Let me show you a job requirement by logging into a job portal. This is one of the job portal, DICE. Look at this one. See, BODS HANA consultant. The client is implementing HANA as a data mart. So they have data provisioning, modeling and ETL. So they require a HANA consultant who can work with SLT as well as business object data services. Data provisioning, modeling and reporting. The client is using SAP HANA as a data mart. See, loading the data from different source systems to SAP HANA, then designing the information models, then reporting on top of HANA as a data mart. This HANA as a data mart project. Extracting the data from ECC, modeling and reporting. HANA as a data mart project. Means the client is using SAP HANA as a HANA BO. HANA as a data mart. Means whenever the BO comes to the picture, reporting will use for HANA BO. Now you want to apply for all these jobs. You want to target these type of jobs. What type of skill set you require? You require the skill set, data provisioning, and what are very commonly used data provisioning method as I explained? Very commonly used data provisioning method, SLT and business object data services. You require very strong modeling skills and reporting skills. So first we'll start with introduction to SAP HANA course roadmap. What is product overview, positioning SAP HANA, okay, SAP HANA look and feel, what is SAP HANA Studio, SAP HANA architecture in various prospects. After completion of each topic, we will be having the assessment, means a practice exam test and hands-on assignments and case studies. We'll see some end-to-end POC projects also. Look and feel of SAP HANA Studio, SAP HANA architecture in various prospects. After completion of the HANA architecture, okay, in reporting prospect, in modeling prospect, okay, in various prospects, and SAP HANA Studio, look and feel, and HANA Basic. First, we'll start data provisioning. Why we'll start data provisioning after completion of HANA architecture, HANA Studio, and HANA Basic? Because in this course, first we will learn HANA as a data mart. Whenever a client is implementing SAP HANA as one of the solutions for the big data, if the client is implementing HANA to optimize their BI application, you want to target those type of projects also. Then what type of skill set you require? See, data provisioning. Data provisioning using business object data services. In which version we are learning here? 4.2, not 4.0, which is the latest one, including business object data services workbench also, which is the latest one, and information steward, which is a data profiling tool. So BODS, okay, how to use the different types of transforms, okay, all these are the content we will be covering. Very complex data flows I will show you. Loading the data from different source systems, SAP, ECC, CRM, non-SAP, databases, different types of file systems, Hadoop distributed file system, COBOL copybooks, XML files. And what type of data will load? We'll load the data finance modules, accounts payable, account receivable, general ledger, COPA, cost profitability analysis, sales scenarios, procurement scenarios, CRM scenarios. Then what are the other data provisioning methods we'll cover? SLT, transformation SLT, in depth of SLT, then direct extractor connection, smart data access, support packs. See, this is one of the new data provisioning method given by SAP. So after completion of the data provisioning, then we'll start modeling. Detail of modeling, very depth of, okay, we'll learn modeling in depth, like purpose of information model, levels of modeling in SAP HANA, how to create the attribute views, analytical views, calculation views for sales scenarios, for COPA scenarios, currency conversions. For each topic, you will be having the corresponding assignments. If you look at this, so this is the business object data services, ETL based approach. So use a validation transform before loading the data to SAP HANA. So after completion of modeling, we'll start reporting. SAP BOBA 4.0 reporting tools, BA 4.1 reporting tools. How to create universes on top of SAP HANA using information design tool. Webby report development, Crystal report development, dashboard report development, how to use the latest tool like Business Object Design Studio, SAP Lumira, predictive analysis. So once we completed learning SAP HANA as a data mart, up to support pack 2, what is the product strategy of SAP HANA? HANA can be used as only as a data mart. Means as a solution for the big data, see this is support pack 2. We have different source systems. The client is using SAP HANA as a one of the solution for the big data. We'll load the data using different data provisioning method, modeling, and reporting using business objects reporting tools. When SAP released support pack 3, the complete product strategy has been changed. The complete product strategy has been changed. The HANA can be used as a data mart. In the same way, at the same time, if the client is using SAP BW in their landscape, the client can use SAP HANA as an underlying database for BW, which is a MOLAP application of SAP, to accelerate the BW performance in ETL perspective as well as in reporting perspective. See, from support factory, HANA can be used as a data mart. The same HANA can be used as an underlying database for BW to accelerate the BW performance. some maintenance is going on. So after completion of SAP HANA as a data mart, we will learn BW on HANA, BW 7.4 on HANA, how BW 7.4 accelerated by HANA. So in this course, we will learn the latest version, BW 7.4 powered by HANA. So what are the in-memory optimized cubes, in-memory optimized DSOs, the complete migration process, the data flows. And I worked in 3 migration projects. The client is using BW traditional database. We migrated to HANA database. I will share my complete migration experience. Okay, how to import BW models in SAP HANA, how to consume HANA information models in BW by creating transient providers, composite providers. Then other like security and authorizations, user management, other advanced topics like SAP Lumira. Okay, information composer is obsolete. So we have the case studies, assignments, practice, examination test. Will give almost 1500 to 2000 questions, a dump of 2000 questions. And projects, we'll be working on different sales projects, finance projects, and inventory projects. We'll load the data and we'll design the information models, end-to-end scenarios. These are the projects. Sales project, COPA project, end-to-end, procurement and all. Now we'll move on to a brief product overview of SAP HANA. Very brief. Well, half of the product view I completed. Okay, what is SAP HANA? As I explained, it's an appliance. HANA is an appliance with a combination of software and hardware. What is SAP HANA? SAP HANA is an appliance, high performance analytical appliance, which is a combination of software and hardware. So this appliance comes along with various components. We'll see what are those components. SAP HANA is a hardware and software combination that integrates a number of SAP components. Well, what is the main and core component in SAP HANA appliance? The first and core component in SAP HANA is HANA IMCE, in-memory computing engine. So this is the HANA IMCE. So you can find all the information about HANA IMCE. HANA 1.0 Service Pack 7. This is a HANA IMCE. Means HANA database. HANA in-memory database. That is the main and core component in SAP HANA. You can say the heart of SAP HANA. Along with this SAP HANA in-memory database, what are the other components you will get in HANA appliance? Second component is a client tool, SAP HANA Studio. This is HANA Studio, which is a client tool. So using this client tool, we can perform administration activities, modeling activities, okay, different types of activities. Basically, this is a client tool using which we can connect to a HANA IMC to perform various types of activities. And other components like client components to connect to SAP reporting tools like IMC, ODB, OIMC, JDBC. Well, HANA appliance is available in 3 editions. One is Platform Edition, Enterprise Edition, and Extended Enterprise Edition. What is Platform Edition? So Platform Edition is for customers who already have a license for Business Object Data Services. Following are the subcomponents: HANA Database, HANA Studio, HANA Client, HANA Host Agent. Well, Information Composer is a obsolete. SAP Lumira will use. See, if a customer is already having Business Object Data Services, a license for Business Object Data Services, they can use Business Object Data Services for their data provisioning. Well, a customer wants license for Business Object Data Services. At the same time, they want to use SLT also for real-time replication. Then they can go for Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition is for customers who do not already have all necessary licenses for SAP Business Object Data Services. Following are the subcomponents: SAP HANA Database, Studio, Client Tools, Host Agent, SLT, SLT Replication Add-on, SLT Replication Server. So these are the components we require to implement SLT along with Business Object Data Service for data provisioning. Third one is Extended Enterprise Edition. Is for customers who wants to use the full potential of all available features. HANA Database, Studio, along with SLT and HANA Business Object Data Services, they will get Sybase Replication Server also. There is one more real-time replication, Sybase Replication Server, which is also known as log-based replication. So these are the components we require to implement Sybase Replication Server, like Sybase Adaptive Server, Sybase Replication Server Agent, and SAP HANA Group Controller. Well, what is SAP HANA? SAP HANA is an appliance with a combination of software and hardware, which comes along with various components. The components related to modeling, components related to data provisioning, components related to reporting, and including SAP HANA Studio and IMC, which is a core and heart of SAP HANA in-memory database. HANA is super duper fast. Not only it's an in-memory database, because of other factors also. HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. First, we will see what are the new software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. In SAP HANA, it supports multi-core CPUs. Again, 10 cores in each CPU, multi-CPU boards. Again, 8 CPUs in each board, multi-server boards into boards, massive memory setups, 2 terabyte, 100 terabytes also. Say 320 core and more, 4 terabyte of RAM. And so look at the hardware technology innovation that HANA can fully leverage. Multi-core CPUs, again 10 cores in each CPU, multi-CPU boards, again 8 CPUs in each board. Again, you can have multi-server boards. That is the reason HANA will support only latest Intel processors that are such as Intel Nehalem and Intel Westmere. See, if you see the product availability matrix from Dell, Fujitsu, HP, see Intel Nehalem, Intel Westmere processors, because these are the different. HANA can fully leverage new hardware technology innovations. Other processors cannot support these type of hardware technology innovations. Only latest Intel processors such as Nehlan and Westmere. Now coming to software technology innovations. HANA supports row and column store. Well, as I explained, in SAP HANA, it supports, will store the data in the form of tables. HANA supports two types of storage mechanism. First one is row store table. So this is a row store table. Row store tables are highly efficient for transactional processing. It's 7 o'clock. See, this is a row store table. In row store table, the data will be stored in the form of rows. The data will be retrieved in the form of rows, like traditional databases. But only the difference here is the data complete resides in the main memory. So in which scenarios row store tables are recommended? Why SAP has given row store tables also in SAP HANA? Because at this point of time, HANA also supports as an underlying database for two transactional systems. One is SAP ECC, second one is SAP CRM. So whenever we are using SAP HANA as an underlying database for a transactional system, row-based tables are recommended. Row-based tables are highly efficient for transactional processing. And in HANA 2.0 version, in down the road, HANA will support as an underlying database not only for these two transactional systems, for other transactional systems in SAP as well as non-SAP sources also, like PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, any other non-SAP applications. So in that case, if the application is a transactional system, we need a proper and efficient data storage mechanism, row store tables. Second, column store tables. In column store tables, the data will be stored in the form of columns, will be retrieved in the form of columns. In column store table, the data will be stored in the form of columns, retrieved in the form of columns. Highly efficient for reporting purpose. Whenever you are storing the data in SAP HANA, any data which is required for the reporting. Well, the client is using SAP HANA as a data mart. Not only they want to store the big data in SAP HANA, they need the reporting on top of SAP HANA also. Always will store the data in SAP HANA in column-based tables as long as the data is required for the reporting. Because if you are storing the data in column-based tables, we have two main advantages. First advantage is column-based tables are highly optimized for the reporting. How? Columnar layout supports sequential memory access. A simple aggregate can be processed in one linear scan. Massive parallel processing possible per column also. And one more advantage is the data is highly compressible. What is compression? What is data compression? Suppose there is a traditional database. In this traditional database, I have 1 terabyte of data. Now I am storing the same data for my reporting purpose, or I am using SAP HANA as one of the solutions for the big data. If you load 1 terabyte of data in SAP HANA and you are storing the data in column-based tables. If you are storing the data in column-based tables, the data is highly compressible. What is the compression factor? Compression factor means if you have 1 terabyte of data, it's approximately 100 GB. If you have 10 terabytes of data, your complete data warehousing application size is 10 terabytes. If you are storing the same data in SAP HANA, it is not a single terabyte because the data is highly compressed in SAP HANA. That is the compression factor. At launch, HANA started with 1 terabyte of supporting 5 terabytes of uncompressed data. In late 2011, 40 terabytes of uncompressed data. Using 8 terabytes of RAM, okay, you can have like 40 to 50 terabytes of uncompressed data. Because in SAP HANA, if you have 1 terabyte of data, approximately it's okay 100 to 150 GB. So the data is highly compressible. The partitioning. Just now explain in SAP HANA what type of hardware technology innovations it supports. It supports okay latest hardware technology innovations, multi-cores, okay, multi-core CPUs. Again, 10 cores in each CPU. We can have hundreds of cores. Now we can take the advantage of these available cores for the concept of data distribution. What is partitioning? The data in SAP HANA, the data are the tables, the data in the tables get spread out all available cores, and these cores will process parallelly for faster retrieval of the data. In case one core is also failed, we don't have any impact in the data retrieval process, because the responsibility allocated for that core in case of the core is failed automatically switch to another available core, which is active available core, because we have hundreds of cores. So the data will get spread out to all available cores, and these cores will process parallelly for faster retrieval of the data. So like this, HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovation, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. Now, well, HANA is super duper fast. I want to see one POC result so that I can get an idea how fast is SAP HANA. It's a old POC. I will give the new POC results also. Now, 70 retailers, they combine 50 terabytes of data. Total 460 billion records. 460 billion, not million. Before SAP HANA, with traditional databases, traditional tools, it was taking 77 minutes to execute. Now with SAP HANA, 13 seconds. Very complex queries with complex calculations. Whereas some average queries without much calculations. What is the query response time? 0.04 seconds. Just see how fast is SAP HANA. Okay, this POC with terabytes of data. Recently, NASA conducted a test with petabytes of data using SAP HANA. A POC, petabytes. What is a petabyte? 1024 terabytes equivalent to 1 petabyte. And again, the results are coming back. The query response time is in seconds. Okay. Whenever an enterprise required SAP HANA appliance, who are the certified hardware partners? IBM, HP, Cisco, Fujitsu, Dell, NEC, Hitachi, all these are the certified hardware partners. From these certified hardware vendors, okay, there are different systems are available. This is called a product availability matrix. Well, HANA, in SAP HANA we can have terabytes of main memory, but I require HANA appliance as per my business requirement. Maybe I don't require HANA appliance with 20 terabytes of main memory, 30 terabytes of main memory. So HANA appliance is available in t-shirt size, extra small. These are the requirements. 2 into 8 core Intel Nehalem, 120 GB of main memory, compressed data, pricing, small, medium, large, extra large, terabytes of main memory. So these are HANA brief product overview. Now, what are the prerequisites for this course? Who can learn this course? Suppose you are a SAP consultant working in SAP BW. You can enhance your skill set with SAP HANA. HANA as a data mart, HANA as underlying database for BW. So if you look at this, there are so many jobs with BW with HANA also. See, BW with SAP HANA. So SAP BA HANA consultant, BW HANA, because we are covering BW HANA also in this course. So after this course, you can target HANA as a data mart project. Okay, a client is using BW 7.4 or 7.3 with SAP HANA. They need some, they are starting a new implementation, or they need some production support consultant or stabilization consultant. You can target all these type of jobs. A client is using SAP HANA with BOBI, you can target those jobs. You are a SAP BOBI consultant. Okay, you are working in business object reporting side. Okay, after completion of this course, you can target BOBI with SAP HANA jobs. Okay, you are a BODS consultant, or you are working with other ETL tools like Informatica, Data Stage. So after completion of this course, you can target SAP HANA consultant jobs, HANA modeler jobs. Okay, whenever a client is implementing SAP HANA as a data mart, you can target all those type of jobs. Well, you are not a SAP consultant, or you are from any functional background like FI consultant, SD consultant, MM consultant can also learn SAP HANA, because if you are in SAP world, you cannot avoid SAP HANA. Even not now, down the road after 1 year, you have to go for SAP HANA, because so SAP is doing they are giving all licensing with SAP HANA. So the client has to buy a product with SAP HANA only. So now only SAP HANA will support as underlying database for ECC, underlying database for CRM. If you are a FI consultant working with ECC with SAP HANA, then you supposed to know what is SAP HANA. Well, non-SAP consultants. Okay, you are working in non-SAP data warehousing tools, like you are working with Cognos, you are working with ETL tools like Informatica, Data Stage, Erwin modeling tools, any other data warehousing tools. You are a data warehousing consultant. So you can enhance this your skill set, okay, with this course. But next project you can target for SAP HANA modeler, HANA, okay, consultant. Again, it depends upon your experience. Suppose you have very good experience in data warehousing technologies. You are working as a data solution architect in other data warehousing technologies. After completion of this course, you can target SAP HANA solution architect jobs, data modeler jobs, or HANA subject matter expert jobs, because you know the technology, only the tool is different, only the terminology is different. Well, I'm not a data warehousing consultant. I'm working in application development using .NET, Java, or I'm a tester, or I'm in administration side. I don't want to do administration anymore. As of now, I'm in coding jobs. I don't want to do any Java coding, .NET coding. I want to switch my career to a reporting side. HANA with reporting is evergreen. So we have so many long-term contracts. Now I'm a university passed out student. Well, I want to start my career with reporting with SAP HANA or HANA as a data mart. I want to target big data projects with SAP HANA. Only the prerequisite you require to learn this course is basics of RDBMS and basics of SQL. Well, if you have other IT module experience, okay, depends upon your experience, you can target high-level jobs also. At the same time, even if you don't have any proper IT experience, or if you're a fresher, even if you don't have SAP experience, you don't have to worry. See here, so what we are doing in SAP HANA, reporting, modeling, data provisioning, and do I require any prior reporting skills? Because we are covering in detail of reporting. If I'm not covering in detail of reporting, maybe you have to go to first reporting BOBI course, then you have to join HANA. No, we are covering most of the reporting tools. So we are covering business object data services. So as of you are starting from the scratch, so you will start from business object data services architecture. Only the prerequisite required to learn SAP business object data services or reporting modules, only basics of RDBMS and SQL, basics of SQL. So we'll be covering, okay, up to some extent of data provisioning, in depth of business object data services reporting. So even if you don't have any experience in SAP areas like SAP BOBI, SAP BODS, even you can enroll for this course. Now coming to job prospects. As I said, if you are in SAP, if you are a SAP consultant, you cannot avoid learning SAP HANA. That's for sure. Because down the road after 1 year, when HANA 2.0 in the market, So HANA can be used as the underlying database for SAP applications as well as non-SAP applications also. So let me show you the product strategy of SAP HANA in 2.0 version. This is a product strategy of SAP HANA in 2.0 version. So one HANA database, the client can use a single DB platform as a database platform for all their applications in their landscape. That can be SAP applications and non-SAP applications. As of now, we can use HANA as a data mart, HANA as underlying database for BW, HANA as underlying data for ECC and CRM. But in future version, now a client is using, in the client they have, these are the different applications in the landscape. So they have some transactional systems like PeopleSoft for HR, JD Edwards for financials, some Java application, .NET applications, some BW MOLAP applications. Now at this point of time, this client is using one database with every application. Means they purchased one database for this application from a specific database vendor like Oracle SQL Server. It's expensive. When HANA 2.0 is in the market, it supports HANA as the underlying database for SAP and non-SAP application, and you don't need different databases. One HANA database I can use as the underlying database for all my applications in my client landscape. For every application, it will create only one schema. That's it. If you have 20,000 tables also, will be created in only one schema. Not only your development environment, QA, production, see, development, system landscape under one underlying database. So what is the advantage for the client? It reduces the total cost of investment. Okay, reduce the TCO, and the client can speed up return on investment, ROI, and maximize the performance, because this is not a traditional database, this is an in-memory database. Okay, just now we learned how in-memory database is very faster. Not only the complete data resides in the main memory, HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations. So just think about when HANA 2.0 is in the market, what is the demand for SAP HANA? One HANA can be used as an underlying database for the complete system landscape. So the client can get rid of all the traditional databases. They can use one HANA database as a complete solution for database platform for their complete system landscape. So we have very good job career prospects. So HANA is very good technology if you are planning to switch a career from existing areas to in-memory and reporting. So we have very good long-term contracts with reporting with SAP HANA, BW with SAP HANA. Okay. Now it's your turn, folks. Questions? Raise your hand. There is an option of raising the hand in webinar. Raise your hand one by one. Then I can unmute you to discuss more about your question. Yes, Alan. Yes, Alan. I unmuted you. Please go ahead with your question.
Oh, you can hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, just a basic question. I mean, how much does it cost?
900 bucks, 900 US dollars, along with sandbox access and material and 6 months of blog access.
Okay. And how many certificates do we need to get to, I guess, a basic point where we could be marketable?
So in order to go for the job, well, certification is not mandatory, but if you have the certification, it will give very weightage to your resume. Okay, it will give the weightage to your resume. So you can go for basic examination, that is SAP HANA Application Associate, and the examination code is C_HANA IMP _ 131. As I was explaining, go back to our blog. I can show you the blog. So our students got 90%, 91%, and some students got 10% also, because we'll give the dump of so many questions in each and every topic. Also, we'll provide the certification question, not just providing the certification question. Look at our course content. After completion of each topic, we'll be having assessment. Assessment means you have to write a examination test in the topic. By the end of the course, you will be writing the examination test in each and every topic. These questions I picked from previous examinations only, and I designed so many questions. And after the end of the course, we'll be conducting 3 full end-to-end practice tests. Okay. So look at this. Each and every, after completion of each and every topic, you will be having an assessment in terms of examination, means practice examination test. So that will help you to understand what type of questions you will get. So you have to complete this examination. So by the end of this course, you don't have to wait a single day. Right away you can go for your certification. You can pass the certification.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, any other questions, folks? Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Hi.
Mr. Johnson?
I guess my question is what's the schedule for the sessions? Do you run them in the evenings? Do you run them, is there one a week? Is there one a day?
So we have weekends and weekday batches, sir. Weekends, we have 5 hours Saturday and Sunday, 5 hours session on Saturday, 4.5 to 5 hours Saturday and Sunday, total 9 hours per week. And if you are not okay with weekend session, we do have weekday evening sessions, 2 hours each day, 10 hours per week. So which one is your convenient? As per your convenient, you can enroll for weekend batches or weekday batches. And coming to the timings, weekends in general will start with 10 a.m. Eastern time to 2 p.m. of Eastern time. Okay, and if it is evening, after working hours, like let's say 8 p.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. Eastern time, something like that. Hello?
Okay, thank you.
So we do have both weekend batches and weekday batches. So which one you are convenient? According to your convenience, you can enroll for any one of these batches. Any other questions, folks? Naveen, yes, sir. Yes, Naveen. Naveen, can you type your question, please? Because I cannot unmute you. You are on telephone mode and it's showing you are offline. Can you post your question, please, in the chat window? Yeah, any other question, folks? This gentleman will be posting the question in the chat. Meantime, if any other, if you have any other questions, please go ahead. Mr. Allen, Anmal. Very good. So the question is billing rate per hour. Very good question. Billing always depends upon your experience, your profile. What is profile? Profile in the sense how you are projecting yourself to the client. For example, you are a SAP BW consultant or SAP BOBA consultant working in these areas since last 5-6 years or 7-8 years. Then you learn this SAP HANA course, you are certified in SAP HANA, you are preparing your profile with 7 to 8 years of experience in BW, BOBA along with SAP HANA. So in that case, you'll get at least minimum 120 to 130 you can expect. Again, it depends upon in which state you are working. For example, you take Western, East, in Bay Area, in California, the billing is a little bit high because those states are expensive when comparing with Eastern states. Next, again the billing will depend how many layers you have between client and resource. This is a client. How many vendors you have in between. Suppose you have applied to a direct vendor, tier 1 vendor. So the vendor, the client will give the billing to vendor. Again, from vendor you are getting the billing. Maybe it's on corp to corp basis, W2, whatever. So in that case, if you have only primary vendor, then you'll get more billing. Even if the client is giving very good billing, you have 2-3 layers. The moment the billing is coming to your pocket, it will be reduced. So make sure you have to deal with tier 1 vendors. So not only will do the training, we are very big in consulting as well. So we have a consulting company, headquarters in Chicago, almost 200 consultants are working with us. So if anyone is required placement in United States, so after completion of training, not completion of the training, once we are in the mid of the training, we have 25 SAP consultants as a team working in SAP HANA, BOBI, BW. So okay, we'll start preparing your resumes, helping preparation of your resumes and taking the mock interviews. We'll prepare how to talk to the vendors using, well, you are experienced, but you know how to use the SAP. We will train how to use SAP HANA business jargon, using how to use the SAP HANA terminology to talk to the vendors. So once, okay, we do have some direct clients in New York and New Jersey. If something is coming up in our direct clients, so we will place you at our client side. At the same time, so we have very good tie-ups with tier 1 vendors. So we'll pass your resume to the tier 1 vendors and we'll get and we'll put your efforts to fetch you very good contract. So we do have post-training process. Okay, so complete up to not only placing you in the project, we have on-job support. So as I explained, we have a team of 25 to 30 SAP consultants. So once you are working in a project, maybe initially 1 or 2 months, you require some assistance. We will provide the on-job support. 1 or 2 consultants will be dedicated for you. Whenever you have questions, some clarification related to your project scenarios, they will be assisting you. Okay, now I'm not that much of experienced consultant. I'm a university passed out student. I learned this SAP HANA course, then I went for certification. I cleared for the certification. So I cannot apply with 7-8 years of experience. So I can apply for some junior level of jobs, SAP HANA developers, junior level developers. For this, you can expect $80 to $100, in between $80 to $100. Well, I'm a solution architect or I'm a data modeler in other data warehousing technologies. So after completion of this course, I have very good experience in managing the as a subject matter expert. I want to project myself. I want to use all my previous experience. I want to project myself as a HANA solution architect, HANA subject matter expert with 10 to 12 years of experience. Even you can expect 130, 140 billing also. Okay, so like this, the always billing depends upon how you are projecting, what is your profile. Apart from your profile, there are some factors, whether you are going through direct with a prime vendor or you have 2-3 layers. In average, okay, we'll talk about in average. So 4 to 5 years of IT experience with HANA, and HANA certification, you will get minimum you can expect, $100 to $120. Well, you have very good experience. Well, you don't have to project yourself as a HANA intermediate level consultant. You can project yourself as a senior level consultant, like HANA solution architect, HANA subject matter expert, HANA modeler, 130, 140 also. So any other questions, folks? It's very right move, Naveen. It's a very good, intelligent, and very good decision, because you are already having very 12 plus of years of experience in OLTP and OLAP, data modeling, architect. Okay, so after completion of this course, I will assist you how to prepare your resume by projecting yourself as a HANA solution architect. Having 12 years of experience in in architect side, in modeling side, you don't have to go as a HANA modeler or a junior level jobs anymore. You can direct directly, because the technology is same. Okay, suppose if you are working in other data warehousing technologies in SAP HANA also, star schema is star schema. But here we have different name, analytical view, but the concept is same. So whatever you have the experience, the same experience, irrespective of its SAP data warehousing technologies or non-SAP data warehousing tools. Okay, you can utilize that experience after completion of this course to project yourself as a senior level of jobs in SAP HANA. Same technology, same concept, only the terminology and only some user interface of the tools are different. Okay, so it's very good move, very intelligent move. Any other questions, folks? Any other questions? HANA, okay. If you have any career counseling questions, now what you are doing, you need some career guidance, any type of question. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one basis, call our support team. They will conference your call with me. If you want to talk to me on one-on-one basis for career counseling, for before enrolling, you need some suggestions, you need some guidance. So please call me. Okay, so call our support team. They will conference the call with me so that we can talk one-on-one basis also. Any other questions, folks? So we have all your email addresses, and we'll send you the course, starting date. Yes. Because this is a long weekend, right? Probably if it is weekday batch, we have Monday, or weekend batch next weekend. Because this weekend we are not starting the course because this is a long weekend. This is a Easter long weekend, so we are not planning to start course during this long weekend because so many students already planned. Okay, so that is the reason for next weekend. If it is a weekend batch, if you want to enroll for a weekday evening batch, Monday onwards. We need your email address, sir. Haryon and Frain. Please, if you don't mind, can you share your email address to follow up? If you share your phone number also, that's appreciable. Frain and Haryon. You can type the email address in the chat window. Frain, can you hear me, sir? We need your email address. We don't have, for some reason, we don't have your email address. And Haryan also. Haryan Samat, can you please share your email address? Sir, can you please share your email address? Hello, Haryan? Hello? Can you hear me, sir? And Frain also. Please do me a favor, do the favor, guys. Okay, just do this favor. Please send your contact numbers and email address for further follow-up, for further assistance, especially from Frain and Haryan. Yeah, Mr. Haryan Samat. So if you don't mind, can you please share your email address, sir? Okay. Well, thanks for attending this demo session, folks. I appreciate everyone's time. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Again, one more time, thanks for attending this demo session. We appreciate your time. Have a wonderful long weekend. Happy Easter, and have a good night.